All right. Welcome, everybody. Hello there. My name's Ethan Shernan. I'm a program manager on the OneDrive team. And how many of you out here traveled here today with a phone or a tablet? Everybody's hands. Awesome. How many of you wanted to be productive on your phone or tablet? Almost everybody's hands. Well, the good news for those of you that raised your hands twice is that I'm here to talk to you about how you can be more productive working with files on the go with OneDrive. There are three things that I'm going to want you to remember from this talk. Number one, OneDrive is the Microsoft 365 Files app for your phone or tablet. Number two, OneDrive makes it easy to use files across applications in Microsoft 365. And last, but certainly not least, OneDrive Mobile is secure and configurable by admins. So I have a lot to show you, and we don't have that much time together, so I figure we'll just get jumping right in with some demos. So for our presentation today, I'm going to be playing the role of a consultant at Toso Electronics, and I've got my trusty Samsung Galaxy Note 10 here along for the ride. And I'm in the car on the way to the airport and recognizing, hey, I should take some notes on a copy of a contract I'm about to negotiate over so that I have some talking points when I get to the meeting. OneDrive can help me do that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up OneDrive. Look for the contract I've been working on here. Awesome. And we've spent a ton of time working on our PDF viewing and editing capabilities. So as you'll see when I tap the edit button in the bottom right-hand corner here, this is our updated PDF annotation view, which is coming soon to OneDrive on Android. And you can do a ton of cool things here. Like, for example, I can highlight important text. And I particularly like this because it actually sticks to the text here. I don't have to worry about coloring in between the lines or anything like that. And of course, I can do freehand as well if I need to circle something important or maybe try and do an arrow. Awesome. But we actually go one step further on this awesome Galaxy Note 10 device. We fully support the S Pen as an input device for being able to annotate and mark up PDFs. So if I want to do something maybe a little bit more finesse than a sort of junky arrow right there, I can actually use my S Pen and do a signature. And with that fine-grained control, I can do a lot more than just with my finger. And I've been a Galaxy Note fan for a really long time, so I use this all the time. I really love it. All right. Awesome. So now I've made it to the airport, and this happened to me on my way out here. I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but they've boarded groups A, B, and C, and my boarding group's almost about to get ready, and I'm realizing, oh, shoot, I need to offline something so that I have it with me while I'm flying. Well, OneDrive makes it really easy to do that for files. So I'm realizing now it'd be really helpful if I had an earnings report for the customer offline so that I could go ahead and review it on the plane and be ready to go when I hit the ground running. So I'm going to go ahead and look for that report. Oh, there it is. And what I can do is actually tap that button down there at the bottom and keep it offline. This is going to download it and keep it secured within the OneDrive app cache. Keep that in mind for later, because that's an important detail, so that when I eventually get on the plane and lose connectivity, I can still review that document, no problem. Now, this is great, and we know it's super important to be able to view all sorts of different documents while on the go. So OneDrive actually supports over 320 different file types for previewing within the app. This means everything from Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, all the way up to 3D models and medical imaging can all be previewed without ever having to download an extra app or piece of software. We know it's super important while on the go to be able to view all sorts of different types of content, and OneDrive on mobile helps you with that. Cool. So we had an amazing meeting. Customer loved us, but we have some follow-ups, and we took some notes to take some further actions. And I actually have a hard copy of the notes that were passed out at the meeting. They made it all the way here from Redmond in one piece, surprisingly. And I want to actually keep these in my OneDrive so that I have access to them and I can stay organized. So I can do that by using the scan function within the OneDrive app, which I can access with the bottom right-hand corner button there. And what this is going to allow me to do is actually take pictures of this document here, get it all lined up. You can see it rotates it, makes it a little bit easier to view. And one of my personal favorite features of this, because I like to take tons of notes that are sprawled all over the place and maybe somewhat disorganized, is I can actually add a second page of notes and have that be stitched into the same PDF. So this way I can stay extra organized even when I'm taking notes all over the place, as I typically do. Now when I'm done, I can save this into all the shared libraries that I'm a part of. And one really cool feature we talked a lot about last year, actually, if you were here with us, is that if you have required metadata that's necessary to get this document uploaded to a shared library, you can enter that all from within the OneDrive app, which is really handy. For the sake of this demo, though, I'm actually just going to save it to the root of my OneDrive. And now I'll go ahead and upload that scan so that I can always have that ready to go with me wherever I am. Now, we're dealing with some challenging Wi-Fi, but we'll see if this works. You've probably seen that if you've been to one of our talks before, but we're actually going to go one step further, and I'm going to show you something new. So I have a colleague that comes back to me after our meeting and says, hey, do you remember what Lauren's role was in that meeting that we were in? So I said, well, I took a lot of notes. Maybe I can find it in here. And there's multiple pages and lots of text and just kind of all over the place. Wouldn't it be awesome if I could actually search through this for keywords? Well, we actually use a technique called optical character recognition, or OCR, to actually make all the text on this document searchable. And so you can actually see here when I typed in the word Lauren, that word was highlighted in the document. And I have multiple pages here. So if I actually go ahead and look for the next instance of that word, it skips to the next page in my document. It says, oh, yes, Lauren is a key decision maker for the customer, so we're going to have to keep her in mind the next time we meet with them. This is super awesome, and like I said, if you're somewhat of a sloppy note taker like I am, this is a lifesaver for being able to get back to the important things that you took notes on. And I'm super happy to announce that Scan with OCR is now available for both OneDrive on Android and iOS. Yeah, you can clap for that. So we're really excited to have that out there for you all, and we're really excited to see what you do with it. I've got one more. This is a bit of a sneak peek feature for you all to take a peek at. We've heard a lot of feedback from you that it needs to be even easier to search not just your own content, but content you work on across Microsoft 365. So we're making just a small tweak that we think will make a big difference to make searching across those two different types of files even easier. So if I tap on search in the top right, you'll see we're doing a very simple thing up here, making it very easy for you to search not just my files, but all of my files in Microsoft 365. And just like that, I'm able to easily search across everything in my own library and in all the shared libraries I'm a part of. This is coming soon, so look forward for more news on it, and we hope this addresses a lot of the feedback that you guys have told us. Yeah, you can clap for that too. Awesome. All right. So that was a lot of really cool stuff that OneDrive can do as the Files app for Microsoft 365. But we also know that you need to use other apps to get work done too, like Outlook and Teams as an example. So let me show you a little bit about how OneDrive can help you work with files in those apps as well. So I'm now back at my office. I'm here on my iPad. A colleague of mine comes over and says, hey, can you share me a link to that contract so that I can actually make some minor changes and edits to it? So I can do that using OneDrive. I'll go ahead and open up the app. I'll hit the ... menu here, and then I'll tap Share. And if you've seen some of our talks before, you might recognize this shape, and that's because this is our common sharing experience that we've rolled out across a ton of different apps and a ton of different platforms in Microsoft 365. And what we really like about this experience is that it becomes super easy for a user that may have seen this in, say, Word on their desktop or PowerPoint on the web, to know how to do something like change link permissions, and they only have to learn how to do that once. And if I've seen this on Word on my desktop, I now know how to do this on OneDrive on my iPad. But this also means that all of the default permission policies you put in place to keep content safe is applied everywhere this common sharing appearance appears instantly. So for example, if in my company, by default, only people inside my company with access to the link can actually use the link, that would be reflected here in the common sharing experience. So I'll go ahead, since I knew how to do this from Word on my desktop, I'm going to go ahead and click Apply here, click Copy Link. And in Contoso Electronics, we use Teams to get our work done, so I'm going to go ahead and open up Teams, paste in that link, Off it goes, and just like that, we were easily able to collaborate, and we both have access to the document. Cool. So we've now been able to work on that document together, and I think I'm ready to take this a little bit more broad, get a little bit more feedback on it rather than just from one person. And I think mail is going to be the right way to get this done. So let me go ahead and open up Outlook, start a mail. Can I get some feedback on this? And now let me go ahead and attach a file. And what you're seeing now is the brand new file attachment experience inside Outlook Mobile. Let me call your attention to a couple of important points here on the screen. So at the top, you're actually seeing your 5 most recently accessed files across Microsoft 365. What that means is, again, if you worked on a Word document on your desktop, you can expect that to pop up to the top here as well. And fun fact, since we've rolled this out on Outlook iOS, over 60% of the attached files that come from this experience come from just those top 5 files. So we're super excited that customers are getting a lot of value and a lot of use out of that familiarity of knowing what's going to be at the top even before the screen pops up. But of course, if what I'm looking for isn't there, I can still go into my OneDrive if I need to, or all the shared libraries I'm a part of, I have complete access to those right from here as well. But since we were working on this file recently, there's that contract right at the top. I'm just going to go tap it. You'll see I've got a couple of different options for how I can put this into the mail. And since I'm about to send this pretty broadly, and I really don't want like 6 copies of this document floating around, I think I'm just going to insert a link into my mail. So I'll do that. And let me take a second to talk about what just happened behind the scenes there. Remember that common sharing experience I showed you earlier? So that was actually working in the background to craft a link that matches all of the tenant default permissions that you set up to keep your content safe. And so again, what that means is, let's say, for example, my company has set it up so only people inside my company can access sharing links by default. That's reflected here on this link. That means that people on the receiving end have fewer access denied errors, and that means that your content is still protected and kept safe the way that you set it up to do. All right, so I'll go ahead and send this off. That's pretty easy. And now I want to show you one last little subtle thing that we're doing to make working with files across Microsoft 365 even easier and even more seamless. So first, let me open up OneDrive again. And I actually want to point out some of the UX changes we've made within the app. So for those of you that have been around and used us for a little while, you might have noticed that at the top of the screen here, we've actually made the header a lot bigger. And what this has the effect of doing is it actually pushes the content that you really want to interact with, i.e. your files, down closer to the bottom of the screen. And what that does is, when you're working on something, especially a small screen like a phone, it's way more ergonomic and actually a lot easier to reach the things that you actually want to reach with your thumb. And yes, we do think about it in this level of detail whenever we're crafting new experiences in the app. But I want to show you one more thing too. And if Twitter is anything to go off of, you may have already played with this already. But let me go ahead and actually turn off the lights. That's right, dark mode is here for OneDrive on iOS. With iOS 13 and later, we now fully support dark mode, and we've gotten a lot of really positive feedback from customers on this. We know this is a loved feature, but I'm also super happy to talk with you about how we now have a cross Microsoft 365 style for how we're applying dark mode. So let me actually flip back to Outlook really quickly. And as I slowly pan back and forth between Outlook and OneDrive, you're going to see that not only do we use the same stylings, fonts, shades of black and gray, but even elevation patterns on the different elements on the screen have all been perfectly aligned. And what that means is it's going to be super easy for you and anybody else using multiple apps in Microsoft 365 to context switch and be able to seamlessly work with both files, mail, Teams chats, whatever it may be. So we're super excited about this, and dark mode is available now for iOS 13 and later. All right, that was a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of really powerful stuff, with data passing between apps. And with great power comes great responsibility. All that data needs to be managed, and thankfully, we have one of the best partners on the planet to help us do that, and that's Intune. So let me talk with you a little bit about how Intune app protection policies can help you keep that data managed and secure. I'm going to flip back here to this one. And we're now going to look at what is probably a familiar page, which is the OneDrive Admin Center. And I'm on the Device Access tab and in this Mobile Application Management section. And you're going to see that it's super easy to get started with different levels of data security and management with Intune, all from this page. I've actually already checked off a few here, like for example, block downloading files in the apps, block copying files and content within files, and encrypting the app data when the device is locked. So it's super easy for me to check off these checkboxes, click Save, and deploy it. But let me actually pull the curtain back and actually show you what's happening under the hood here so that you can have a better understanding of what's going on. So if I now flip over to the Intune device management portal here, I can actually see all the different Intune policies I've deployed, and I've already drilled in to see the exact policy that I went and applied from just clicking those checkboxes and clicking Save. I can go into even more depth and detail here with how I want to protect, secure, and manage all that content, including, for example, if I really wanted to, I could encrypt app data based on platform and choose to just encrypt on iOS versus Android if that was a decision I really wanted to make. We do think that the OneDrive Admin Center is going to have most of the scenarios you want covered, and that's what we've heard from customers. But if you wanted to go a level deeper, I wanted to show you what happens behind the scenes when you start checking off those boxes and pressing Save. All right, let's see how this policy looks for an actual end user in Contoso. I'm going to switch over now to my iPhone. And again, I was working on a pretty crucial contract for Contoso, so it'd be a real shame if I could copy content out of that contract and paste it into something like an iMessage, right? So let me try and do that. Remember, that policy was just applied. So I'll just go ahead and open up a file, copy some text, go back to iMessage, start a new one here, and paste. Oh, my organization's data cannot be pasted here. That is working by design. My content is kept secure, it's kept managed, and it's kept all within the OneDrive app cache. Remember, I mentioned that earlier when we were offlining content earlier. We know security and trust are paramount to your success. So while this isn't as flashy as maybe some new colors or new feature, we know it's just as important. And we're super happy to have an awesome partner like Intune to be able to help us make this work really, really well. All right. There's a lot of awesome stuff we saw today, huh? Let's do a real quick recap of everything we just saw. All right. So, first, we saw how PDF annotations let you really easily mark up and annotate files while you're on the go. Then we saw how you were able to quickly and easily offline content so that even while I'm on a plane without connectivity, I was able to review files. Then we saw how Scan with OCR worked like magic to be able to make text and files that I was working with, hard copies of files, actually searchable. Then we saw how the new common sharing experience makes it easy to learn once, apply everywhere for sharing, and be able to use that with teams to collaborate with others working on files. We saw the brand new Outlook file attach experience with that awesome MRU peek at the top that we know customers love. We saw the new UX inside OneDrive, including dark mode and its cross Microsoft 365 design style. I talked to you a little bit about how Intune app protection policies can keep data secure and managed across devices. And I even pulled back the curtain a little bit to show you what was happening in the Microsoft 365 device management portal. And then we saw how all of that worked on a user's device when they tried to copy text out of a document and paste it somewhere else. So now you should understand how OneDrive is the Files app for Microsoft 365, how OneDrive makes it easy to work with files across apps in Microsoft 365, and how OneDrive is secure and configurable by admins. I hope this gets you a little bit more excited to be productive on the go. I hope you all have an awesome Ignite. Be up here for a second for more questions, but if you're interested in learning more about OneDrive, SharePoint, or Office, please go check out Jeff Tieper's talk in about 30 minutes. That'll be awesome. And if you don't have the app already, please feel free to use this QR code to download it today. Thank you all so very much. Appreciate it.